channel, but we are about to have some coffee talks. How is everybody today? Hi, Diana. Welcome, welcome. And we are streaming to about 5 different platforms right now. So if we miss your comment, I wish you could get noisy. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Isaac. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Now, I don't know about you guys, but last week was a heck of a week as far as clearing of energy and realizations and feeling our own power or feeling powerless, which brought in our own power. I don't know, there's been a lot of ways and a lot of changes going on. So we're kind of checking in, seeing how everybody's hanging. Hi. Coffee talks, it's in the morning, so we're a mess. I don't know if Chad is coming over from TikTok, though. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Okay, so as you guys know, Don and I were kind of incognito for a minute. Yes, we were. We were quiet. And just so you know, you guys, we're never quiet. So when we're quiet, there's some shit going down. I promise. Because we love sharing with people. We love connecting. We love talking and helping. So last week we had some huge changes. And by well, that's because I was away from the microphone. I'm sorry for Francesca. And we kind of wanted to come on here and talk about some of the things that we've learned just in the last few months with all the retrograde energy. And I think we've cleared away a lot of perspectives, maybe that, or maybe not cleared them away, but had a change.
Put them into an understanding.
Yeah. Has any of that been going on with anybody out there? You got TikTok up?
I do.
Okay, so you can see the comments there?
Mm-hmm.
Because my phone's over there. The view sucks. Sorry.
Okay. So,
Hi, guys. I'm over here.
We're not talking about politics, okay? That's just not going to happen.
Politics is part of it, but it's like not what we need to focus on. We need to focus on the people uniting.
Mm-hmm.
And politics ain't going to get us there, baby. We are talking about people standing in their own power, separate of whatever political identity they think they may have, social identity they think they may have, whatever egoic thought that they may have. Who is that? Intuition? I don't know. I don't know who that is. It just went away. So Dawn and I, in the last, I don't know, actually it's been going on for about what, 2 months now altogether. A lot of the process to freedom, let's call it. I mean, we're still processing.
Okay, about 2 months ago, we kind of joined forces.
Yeah.
With taking care of some of these energies.
Right.
Okay, working separately. And,
Hello. Okay.
And we're still, like, yesterday, Alice and I had a conversation and found out that she's still dealing with past traumas as well. Okay.
Yeah, none of us are free of them. Not totally yet. But see, I found out that a lot of trauma happens from feeling dependent. All right. when we are not able to, or we are feeling less than our true power,
Or feeling like we've had our power taken away from us.
or feel like we've been having our power taken, which a lot of the spiritual beliefs these days does exactly that. We take our power away from each other. Even though we may love and respect each other, we don't give them the respect and honor of our truth. Like, we've been taught so much to sit down and shut up when we should be standing up. That, you know, in a lot of ways, we've allowed ourselves and the divinity within us to become victims. And then once we become victims, we've allowed the social structure to re victimize us and like traumatize us even more because, you know,
Well, and those things block our throat chakra.
yes,
Okay. Every time we get into a situation where we're told that we have to sit down and shut up, it hurts.
yes.
It blocks our throat chakra.
And that should be the first sign that you should not be doing what you're doing is that pain. All
Yes.
right.
But see, there's things from the time we're born that affect our chakra system. Like if you're born into a home where there is abuse going on, it affects your root chakra because you learn survival skills. So from a very early age, as you're living in fight or flight, it affects your entire chakra system. And as you're taught that you can't say what you feel and can't act out and aren't taught how to healthily process your emotions, it creates a complete imbalance that then affects the rest of your system. And that's why we have all of these illnesses.
And manias and yeah, physical
Yes.
illnesses. It's not a good thing, you guys, to not understand or know how to process emotions. But we have been told all our lives that our emotions are weak. And that is so not true because your emotions are actually programming your brain.
Your emotions are actually your guidepost on how you need to navigate the world.
Absolutely.
If you're angry, if you can figure out the root of where you're angry, you can take that anger and transform it into something beautiful, into a change that not only affects you in a positive way, but affects everyone around you and change the world.
Yes. Yes. Once we get centered and balanced. And balance doesn't mean you always take the freaking high road. I am so over that idea of, okay, so you run into an asshole and you've been victimized. Well, it's your fault. I'm over that. The only thing that's your fault is you fell for it. Okay? Forgive yourself. Move on. We all do it. It happens. But when you realize that you were actually supposed to fall for it for a reason, because of the person you are, maybe you were supposed to blow up. So somebody else might learn a lesson about who they are. But see, if I would have done what society says, which is sit down and shut up, then and process it and bring it on myself, all that pain like I deserved it when I didn't, then I'm going to be put out of commission trying to process and heal myself, which I shouldn't even be healing myself because it wasn't my pain to begin with. But society says sit down and accept this pain. It's yours. No, fuck that. And that's what I like to tell them. Fuck that. That is not my pain. That is that person's pain that brought it to me. All right. And I have every right to be angry in that moment. And I have every right to be upset at disrespect or mistreatment or abuse. You have every right. And that's an honest response. And that honest response of your anger, guess what that's going to do? That's going to make them Be accountable for what they brought to your table. And that, my friends, is what we are missing in this world right here, right now, is truth and accountability. And we all are guilty of not making it happen. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, you should respond and not react," but I just feel like that's backwards. And a lot of people, I mean, there's times, yeah, there's times because everything happens as a situation. Not, it's not about hard set rules because every situation is going to be different.
Yes.
Every situation is going to be different. And let me tell you something, if people are not in that situation and they telling you what to do, thank them for their advice, but honey, only you know. Only you and that other person. So thank them for caring, thank them for their advice, and do what you need to do. So, with that being said, yes, you can guess I don't put up with shit. I am one of those people that will meet your energy with what you bring to my table. So you better be careful what you bring to my table. I will tell you that. But I always respect first and adore, and I am made to see the goodness and the possibility in everyone first. Okay? And I will give you the I will give you the opportunity and give you the power to influence me. I will make myself vulnerable. That's my job. Because when I make myself vulnerable, I allow you to have your own power and say, yes, you affect me. It's okay. It's meant to be that way. That's what we're here for. But we've been running around saying, oh, me. Everything's all about me. And if something happens to me, it's all about me. No, this is co creation.
What you do affects others.
Exactly.
Whether you want to admit it or not.
Oh, I admit it. And I'll show it. Look, you affect me, and I'm going to show you how. Okay? I'm going to react to what you bring to my table. And then we'll talk about it from there. And that's how magic happens, is through truth, not through putting on a mask and responding because you have a desired outcome. You're not dealing with the truth of the flow of the energy that is at hand there. What if the energy that's at hand, the truth of it isn't your desired outcome? What then? You live in a lie. And this is the part where we get into trouble because we ignore what we should be doing, which is being in our absolute truth. It's not our fault, and we have to forgive ourselves and learn from it. Right, but I'm not going to tell you to forgive somebody who has wronged you. I believe that that is a divine gift, forgiveness, all right, when it comes to other people. And I believe that the divine will put forgiveness in your heart and take away that pain, because if you have pain in your heart, you have not forgiven those people, and you need to quit running around saying, oh, I forgive them, because you haven't. When you have forgiven somebody, that pain will be gone from your heart. Forgive yourself first and let the divine deal with them. All right? You go on and do you, boo, from that point on. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, and I'm going to add a little bit more to that.
Please do.
Because forgiveness is not at all about the other person.
No.
Forgiveness
I mean,
is
it
for
can be.
yourself. Forgiveness is for yourself. Okay. First and foremost, forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't have to forgive the other person and let them know that they are forgiven, because that shit happens over time, and it happens when you don't even realize it. Okay? Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for your own personal healing journey. And that's where a lot of times it's misconstrued, because I agree with Alice. People say, well, you need to forgive them. Well, you need to forgive them. Well, you can't just forgive somebody if you haven't dealt with the pain that's in your heart. you have to you have to work through that pain in your heart, and then the forgiveness comes naturally. But in forgiveness, it never ever did I say forget, because where that pain is, where that forgiveness is happening, there is a lesson there that needs to be held on to.
Yes. Agree. Hi guys, I'm still over here on TikTok. Yeah, I know. I am here,
Yes,
and thank you all.
Francesca said that makes so much sense. It's not our fault, and we have to forgive ourselves and learn from it.
Yes.
And that anger, we need to try to release in a healthy way and use it to motivate you to make changes and let it out in a creative project or something.
Well, you guys, first we have to look at anger truthfully, okay? Everybody.
Guys, we're not, I know I'm playing with my cards, but we're not doing readings. We're doing coffee talk. We're talking about the energies that have been so freaking crazy over the last couple of months.
Yeah, Diana, we're not doing card readings. This is coffee talks. This is psychic impressions. We're putting the cards down.
Well, I'm shuffling my cards because
she never puts her cards down when when she's near them.
Right.
I do, but I forgot what we
were talking about. Forgiveness.
God
Forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore. I know, I can't sing, guys. I'm sorry.
It says make a joyful noise. It doesn't say it's got to sound good, sister. Celebrate. Trust me. All right.
So,
I don't remember what I was going to say now. Friends, anger. Oh, anger. We have to look at these emotions for the truth of what they are, okay? There is eternal wisdom. There is the eternal wisdom of the light, and there are two eternities, okay, that we can count on. There will be an eternal darkness, and there will be an eternal light, okay? Now, the wisdom of these two eternal forces are very powerful.
Ooh, is that where shadow work comes in?
Yes,
when
ma'am.
You understand the dark,
wisdom.
And then you can bring the light.
You can be driven by darkness, like every CSI person that I know of.
To darkness or by darkness?
By darkness. Okay, when you're driven to darkness, that means you give up to it. You become it. When you're driven by darkness, it means that you are driven to shine light on it. All right? So when you're driven by darkness, it's kind of like a CSI agent trying to get into the mind of a psychopath killer to stop them from being a psychopath killer. You know? That kind of thing.
Thing is, though, most CSI agents are actually the killers.
I don't think so.
There's been a lot of cases where the CSI agents were actually the killers. Same thing with arsonists and whatnot.
We're getting off the subject. Okay. Now, here's the thing about the emotions, okay? Anger is actually the dark wisdom of love. It is the flip side of love. You will not have anger if you don't love somebody, because you won't give a flying fuck to get angry if you don't love them. True story. So we're not seeing anger in the right way. We've been taught to be defensive against anger instead of seeing it like it is. That's another expression of.
We've also been taught that anger is bad.
Yeah, we hate anger, but we love our desires and our wants, right? Did you know that your desires and your wants is actually 25 megahertz below the vibration of anger? So my anger at your desire is actually a higher vibration than what everybody is out there thinking is good. And that's the truth. Look it up. So we need to flip that shit too. There's a lot of stuff that we need to flip. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we need to address.
And that's what coffee talk is about.
Yes. And realize that we've been sold a lie. We've definitely been sold a lie on how to navigate through our emotions. We've been sold a lie on what we should accept and what we shouldn't accept.
Yes.
And we as a people need to come together.
Yes, we do. And that doesn't involve religion or politics. It involves humanity. Because here's the thing, we were all given a gift the day that we were born. We came to this world with one thing, and that is the divine spark. And that is the one thing that will never leave us straight to the end of this life. People and things will come and go. Yet we value people and things, and we turn our backs on the one thing that will never leave us. So we need to
Sometimes
do
we
an
don't
about
even
face.
value people, because if we value people, then we value ourselves, because we are all part of the one consciousness.
And if we learn the truth of that consciousness and see it in everybody else as we see it in ourselves, and know that that place, truth is all the same. All right? If it is not true for every man, woman, and child on this planet, it is not a divine truth. Divine truth is simple. People are complicated. All right? So they'll take a divine truth and call it my truth. Well, you can't do that. Okay? Truth is truth. If you want to make it yours personally, then that is called an opinion. And here's where truth is getting so convoluted by everybody's opinion. Okay? There's one truth. And if we start there and see that and learn to love from that place first, then we're going to learn to appreciate and honor the differences in people and not fear them. And then we'll be able to grow as human beings, not as this religion or this sect or this whatever. Well, I have a lot of feelings on Jehovah Witnesses, but they're not ones to be aired here. It's another religion, okay?
Exactly, and that's basically all that needs to be said. It's another religion. We're
It's
finding
an
out. We've been finding out the Bible, and it
it's
has been
another way
altered.
for somebody to tell you how to form your opinion on God. All right, instead of letting the truth inside you decide that for you. You know, we have all these people, all these prophets. Okay, that was that prophet's purpose. But you know what? I am not that prophet. I am not that. Um, I'm not. I'm me for a reason. All right. So God has His own Bible for me, myself. We should all be writing our own. What do they call them things? Gospels. Because you've been given one. And that is your mission here on earth. And the more you stand in that divine truth, the more you're going to say mountain move and you're going to watch that motherfucker shimmy. Okay. Here. Be happy to. Watch. Once you start standing up for the divine truth in you, it can start standing up for you as well. All right. Now, none of us have it figured out yet. None of us. So if anybody out there is telling you to do the same thing that hasn't been working for 2,000 years, that's when we need to sit down and go, wait a minute. Let's see, what are we doing here? We're loving the demon and victimizing the victim. We're putting on masks and thinking it's good. We're manipulating energy for our own desired results instead of the truth as the divine has it laid out for us. So we're not answering the energy. And we're having a hard time seeing objectively, I think.
Yeah.
There's always a bigger picture.
Yes, and I was just getting ready to say that there's always a bigger picture.
Yes.
And sometimes we get caught up in seeing what just is right here with us, and we don't realize the ultimate outcome clear
Yes.
out here. Okay, that's something that we need to look at as well. The yin and the yang. That's the balance. Okay, and sometimes we don't realize that what we're doing is setting things back into balance or taking things out of balance.
Yeah.
You know, if you go into a forest, destruction, when a tree falls, it can be heard for miles. But growth is quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we have to have the destruction to be able to have growth.
Yes. Yes. So we have to take away what no longer serves us. Not saying that it didn't serve us at one time, but we're at new levels, new devils. So we need new healers and new warriors. So things are changing right now. One of the things Dawn was talking about, and I've been talking about co-creation and responsible co-creation now for what, 5 years? Something like that. Here's the thing about your energy. It is so freaking awesome and so amazing that did you know that what you're doing right here, right now, can affect a quasar on the far sectors of the cosmos? Eventually, your energy will affect something that far away. Now, keeping that in mind, what are you doing to the person sitting right next to you?
Microcosm, macrocosm. You can see it.
Yes.
Hey, Annette.
Hi, Annette.
You can see it within the confines of your own household, within the confines of your own town, city, neighborhood, etc. You can see how the things that you do affect others if you look.
If you pay attention. But see, people sometimes don't care about how it affects others. And that's because we've learned to make what do I get out of this? What do I get out of this? Instead of what we're supposed to be doing, like, what can I bring to the table? Oh, this sounds fun. What can I bring to the table? How can I improve this experience instead of how does this experience improve me? Even though it's a two-way street.
Wait. Okay, so this experience, they did a study in Africa, and I'm sure you guys have seen this all over social media because it's been going around for some years. In Africa, in a village, they took the children and they gathered them all up and they said, guys, this big basket of fruit,
I love this.
if you the one we're going to race to this tree and the one who gets there gets this whole basket of fruit. Okay, so they set the basket down, they line the children up, ready, set, go. The children grab hands and they all go to the basket together, and then they sit down and they all eat the fruit.
Oh,
When
I
they're
heard a little
asked-
different.
When they're asked, why did you guys do this? Why didn't you run to get the basket so you could have all the fruit? And the kids said, why? We can't eat it all. We all benefit if we share the basket of fruit. See, we've been taught that it needs to be a competition, that everybody has to be first, and if you're not first, you're last. And it's been shifted and manipulated to where we don't necessarily help each other until they're so unfortunate that they're homeless and they need to go to the bread line and whatnot.
Well, sometimes
But
they
if
don't
we're-
even help themselves, though.
Right. But if we're helping each other, community, neighborhoods, if we're helping each other from the jump and we all work together, then we
Even
don't
politicians
ever
won't be able to stop us.
get, right. Then we don't ever get to the point that we need a bread line or we need a homeless shelter. There's been so many cases with cities that have actually completely done away with homelessness by changing the way that they do things. We can do this all the way across the world if we all work together.
Annette says, I get tired of helping people in need.
expected all the time and then run over to you.
Right. Okay. Because there's a difference. There's a difference between a hand out and a hand up.
Eh,
Okay. And we have to discern the difference. And the reason that we have to discern the difference is because we're taught that everybody has to be first. And
Everybody else.
people have gotten tired of that, and they're like, okay, well, you know what, fuck y'all, I'm just going to take advantage of everything that I can because I'm going to play the victim. I'm going to consistently be a victim. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
Annette, you're 64 years old. As long as you think you can improve, guess what? You
can't.
won't, but you're still breathing. So that's up to you. Um, as far as other people goes, you cannot fill anybody else's cup if your cup is empty.
Yes.
So you got to mind your cup, hon. It's a very precious thing. That is your gift of the universe, and the universe is there to fill it. But if you keep pouring your cup into enabling other people to empty theirs and just enabling people to empty yours, then you're just an enabler too. And that's not good either. So this is where the discernment comes in, you guys. You
Yes.
can't keep helping those who refuse to help themselves. There's nothing good comes out of that.
Yep.
Well, then you need to leave them alone. And that's discernment. And it's one thing, ask them what their plan is. That's my favorite thing. So what you going to do?
Or give them their power back. You don't have to be a victim.
Nope.
You can stand in your own power.
Yep.
I give you permission. I give you permission to use your voice. I give you permission to stand up for yourself. I give you permission to whatever it is that they're struggling with. I give you permission to be able to come through this to the other side.
Well, girl, I've tried to help so many people, and let me tell you what. I have come to the point where I have to I have to deal with me first. So when people come up and ask me for help right now, it's like, no, sorry. That'll come when the time comes. But until then, I mean, what are we facing here? We got to come up with how much did we figure by next year? Over 20 grand altogether?
Yep.
Because of the same thing that you're talking about right there, okay? Don's mom, who is 74, and she struggles herself. She has a memory problem. She was being very badly taken advantage of for years and years. That's one of the things that we just went through, getting those kind of people squared away. And nobody's taking care of her. Nobody's taking care of her home. Nobody's taking care of any of her needs. So now we're looking at having to make like 20 grand in a year to be able to save her mother.
Above and beyond expenses and
Yes.
whatnot.
So, it's like this.
When-
you have to put in perspective what you're looking at first.
When people fight for their limitations,
Let them have
you
it.
have to let them have their limitations.
Yes.
Okay? When they fight to put you in a situation where you have to deal with them in their limitations and it becomes abusive and hurtful, then you have to allow them to have their limitations. If they're fighting so freaking hard for them, you have to let them have them until they figure out that, hey, I'm really hurting myself. And not only am I hurting myself, but I'm hurting everyone
Everybody
around
around.
me, especially those that I love.
And that's when you got to take those people and realize that karma splash is real. So you are taking on their karma by allowing this to continue. And you need to put them somewhere else to figure out their issues, because obviously you are not the one to get through to their head, or maybe putting them away
or away from you will help them want to face their issues, one or the other.
Yep.
But at that point, you have to, love them from over there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can still be there. You can still support them. You can still, give them love. You can still give them advice. But you have to let them stand on their own. Otherwise, all you're doing is enabling more of a bad thing. You're not helping anyone. You're not helping yourself. And that 74-year-old woman was definitely not helped by anyone. And that's over. Now we got to fix it.
My coffee cup is empty.
You need to go get coffee.
I do.
So,
I do.
we are going to be doing some kind of a GoFundMe to save the house for Mom.
Or maybe a TikTok live of all of our products.
Yeah.
And everything that is profit from our expenses and whatnot will be used for helping save my mother's house.
Trying new things, but I quit trying to help. Exactly, Annette. But there's a lot of people out there. Like, I wish I would have had the advantage that Mom gave these people when I was younger. Yeah. 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 It was a bad deal. It was a bad deal, and nobody deserves that. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's a 74-year-old lady or a 50-year-old lady or an 18-year-old lady or a gentleman. It doesn't matter. Nobody deserves that much disrespect. Nobody deserves disrespect when they're living in their divine energy. So remember that, okay? If you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal, and you don't make a victim out of innocent people, guess what? You are a good person. And you deserve every good thing that comes to you. But if you are one of those people, may you burn. Because you better hope you never come up against me. Because I will fight. I will stand up for myself. I will stand up for those I love. And I will do it ferociously. They can't hear you.
And here's the thing. The thing that hurts
Now they can hear you.
parents and whatnot the most is the fact that we give our children all of these generational traumas, these generational curses, etc., etc. We don't even realize that we're doing it until we actually start on our own healing journey. Okay? And then we realize and we start to make changes. Depending on how old our children are, they resist those changes. And sometimes the best thing that we can do for them, it hurts us so bad to give them tough love. Tough love, that isn't being hard on your child and spanking them all the time and whatnot and being extremely strict on them. Tough love is setting those boundaries and sticking to them and watching your children go through things that you know are going to hurt because they didn't want to listen when you were trying to teach them from love.
And speaking of generational trauma,
Annette says, go ahead.
speaking of generational trauma, guess who's going to be a grandmother again? Just found out yesterday.
Congratulations. It's not me. It's not me.
And guess what went through my head? You know that song on TikTok that just bugs the hell out of me because it's like so loud and obnoxious?
Which one?
Ooh-wee, ha-cha-cha, ha-cha-cha. I was like, oh, fuck no.
Annette said, I really wish I could go back in time and tell myself to listen to the advice you're giving. It would have, if I would have listened to have the advice I was given, my life would have been so much easier. But here's the thing.
That's why
You
doing it
weren't
now.
you weren't meant to understand it at that point in time.
But you can
Divine.
pass it on. You can pass it on from here now. Information is free.
It is. Alice, you're gonna have to lean in a little bit more. They're having a hard time hearing us.
It's because the microphone is only one directional and it's hard to get it.
What if is it this way?
Yeah. But you talk
What-
so. I talk loud, you talk soft. They have a better. You even still have to lean in for them to hear you, but I can talk louder, but I worry about disturbing mom.
Yeah.
We need to do these outside because it's a beautiful sunny day right
Well, yeah,
now.
so we can yell and the whole neighborhood can get the message.
Yeah. We'll get a bullhorn. Hey, quit being dumbasses, people. Stand up for yourself.
So, so anyway, sometimes those lessons are extremely hard, and they're just as hard for us as parents as they are for
the kids.
the kids. Okay, but after we get it,
We're all
it
learning together.
yes, after we get through it and we come out to the other side where things are back in balance and we have defeated another generational curse or generational trauma, then it's that much. We have a microphone right here, okay? It
If we had I wish we had another one too, but we don't yet. We have to pay off some things.
yeah, we have to choose what we do right here and now very wisely with
Yes.
getting things straightened out, okay? And yeah, my children are extremely upset with me over the decisions that I was forced to make over the last week, and I pray one day that they actually understand why I did the things that I did.
You know what I'm
Okay.
happy about? You know what I'm happy about?
What?
That they didn't decide to get violent because your son is a big boy.
Yeah, I know.
Your son is a big boy. Oh. I mean,
But
not
hey, here's the thing.
violent, but
Here's the thing, guys. All we're doing is we're passing on things that we've learned throughout our lives with the things that we've gone through. Okay? We're human. Okay? We're still
Well, yeah.
in the fucking fire right
Oh,
along
yeah.
with everybody else, even in ascension and whatnot, because it's a mindset. It doesn't take us out of the 3D.
No, we're
We
all
still
in
have
this
to-
together.
We still have to deal with this. I don't have any children. I lost 6 babies, so nobody thinks that I know anything about raising kids, even though I raise my nephews.
Yeah.
So therefore, no one listens to me until it's too late, and then they say, "Oh, I wish I listened." First,
Wisdom doesn't come from that. I mean, you have an internal wisdom in that.
first, let me say I am so sorry that you have had 6 losses. Okay, I cannot imagine the pain that your heart has felt and possibly is still feeling in those losses. And secondly, you are a mother.
Yes, you are.
You are a mother 6 times over, okay? And don't let anyone ever tell you anything differently, because you have, I can imagine, you have gone through,
6 times. Yeah.
I can only imagine so much. I can't even fathom. I can't even fathom. I was very, very blessed to have carried my babies full term, even after I was told that I would probably I would probably have premature children.
Annette, you have an internal wisdom that it has no age. It has no preconceived requirements. Really, I know a lot of men who have that mother energy, as a matter of fact, even more and stronger than some women.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about, it's about common freaking sense. Okay? If you have it, you'll be okay. But the common sense I'm talking about is not too common anymore. All right? The common sense that's out there makes absolutely no sense. No. Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get our collab cam going because you guys, there's a young man that's doing tarot right now. It's Books Tarot. Y'all should go check him out because this is one of the young energies that I would love to get a hold of because he's just up and coming and he's trying to do his thing. But he's got a wisdom to him, even though he's young.
You would love to collaborate with him.
Yes.
Not, yeah. Let's watch how we say things, because to get a hold of somebody, that cannot necessarily be a good thing. I want to get a hold of that person. What are you going to do when you get a hold of that person? Are you going to?
Okay, we kind of talked about that already, and it's like, yeah, probably not that.
Collaborate with, share ideas with.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, because he's strong.
Books Tarot, guys. Check him out on TikTok.
BOOKS. Books Tarot. He's on I think he's on TikTok and he's on
Also on YouTube.
Twitch. He saw me on Twitch.
Okay.
He also is on YouTube and I don't know where else. But he's really good at what he does. I know that. I was impressed. I sat and watched him for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that I've noticed that is status quo in the world today is we are not thinking like a collective.
Yeah.
We are not thinking like a collective. We do not have each other's backs. And we need to start doing that because let me tell you what, those narcissists, they're already joined together and they will take 10 of those lying little jerks and they will go after one light worker. And what do we do as light workers? We sit back and watch them. We let them swing. We let them hang. We know that they aren't what this person's lying about, but yet we won't get involved. We say it's none of our business. Okay, well, you're right. It's none of your business in the 3D. Me, myself, and I, right? That's such we think. When one of our energy goes down, we all go down. So, every time we sit back when we know we should be standing up and we sit back and sit down instead for some egoic reason, you're going to get karma for that. Just for when you know you should not be letting this go on, you know that there's some evil shit going down, and you're sitting there watching it, and you feel like that you should say something and you don't, you are ignoring that divine spark. Because let me tell you, what happens to my sister happens to me. So what do I do if she's in trouble? What do I do if mom's in trouble? How long does it take me to get to the front of that house?
Not very much.
Not very fucking long.
Not very long.
And that's what we need to start doing is having each other's back.
Microcosm, macrocosm, guys. What we do affects the entire world.
Yes.
Okay.
So you do affect me. What happens to you is my business because I am a collective. I do see a bigger picture. I know that amoeba on the anthill in Africa, if that wasn't there, our world probably would not exist. True story. Even amoeba on an anthill in Africa is important. So it's time to wake up, people, to who you are and your own power. And it's time to be responsible for it. But see, that's where we lose people is everybody wants to go out and do what they want and not be responsible as a collective. Well, guess what? If you run across me, I'm going to hold you responsible.
Do we want unity or do we want fuckery? Because that's kind of where we're at right now.
Because when you know you should do something and you don't, and you let somebody twist in the wind, that's your ego. You have to discover why
Mhm.
Why is it that you're sitting there and shutting up when you should stand up? Because that's your ego.
Mhm.
Oh, you're okay. If you need a bug out in that, bug out. We're just sitting here talking. This is usually we sit and talk in the morning,
Mhm.
and every time we do, it's like, man, we should be recording this and sharing this because we have like,
Welcome back, Annette.
welcome back.
Yeah, coffee talks are our time where we typically sit and, discuss the things that are going on, how we need to change them. Sometimes we deal with our own traumas. Sometimes we get a different perspective on things. Sometimes we just sit and vegetate. But, sometimes we have things that we feel like we need to say that are important and will help others on their journey. Okay. And divine right timing brought you guys here for whatever you needed to hear that we've had to say.
Yep. And I have my own ideas on this trauma shit too, and how we carry it around. And all we need is a perspective that pain isn't yours.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it.
Ooh, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands.
Time to
That
end
is
that shit.
that is a 10 energy. That is
The end.
an ending.
The
But the
end.
Ten of Wands is this person who has this big old bundle of sticks and they're carrying it on their back and they can't stand up straight because they've got so much weight on them. Kind of like Jesus with the cross, okay? Carrying the weight of everybody else, all right? But all you have to do is that's the end of a cycle because it's the 10 energy. Lay that stuff down, okay? We latch on to things, and that's that victim mentality. We latch on to things and we hold them so dear to our heart. If I had done this differently, then this wouldn't be where we're at right
It's
now.
not going to change a thing.
Nope, because
Waste.
divinely, it was meant to happen exactly the way that it did, okay? And that's the thing that we have to understand. We have to change our own perspective on things. The yin and the yang. The yin and the yang is everywhere. Okay, it is balance. It is the light and the dark, and it is in balance.
Yes.
If things are good all the time, then it gets out of balance because there wasn't no bad to balance it out. If things are bad all the time, then it's out of balance because there isn't any good to balance it out. It's a constant fluctuation as we stay in balance. Okay.
And if we're not able to use that dark wisdom and that light wisdom, see, this is what I hate about people saying, take the high road, take the high road. Okay, the light wisdom is good. It's great. It's wonderful.
Mhm.
Makes you feel good.
Okay. I don't know if any of you guys have ever traveled up a mountain or anything, but there's a whole lot of rocks and shit. That high road, that's not always the easier road. It's not. Just like the low road. Man, check out them puddles and shit that you did that will suck up your whole whatever. It ain't one easier than the other one.
If we consistently take the high road, then we're going to force balance. We're going to force it. We are going to make nature have to create destruction so growth can happen.
And that's all them rocks and pebbles and cliffs that fall out from underneath us and whatnot. Taking the high road.
Mhm. So you can't always take the high road.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to take the low road. And discernment will tell you when. Like Annette says, if they're sitting there every day for a handout, enough.
Yep. Expectation.
No.
You do this for me because you've always done this for me. Well, you know what? You didn't take what I did,
And use it wisely.
so therefore I'm not going to give it to you anymore. Wait,
You didn't
what?
appreciate it.
What?
And this is the same way that it works with your gifts from
Spirit?
spirit.
Yep.
All right? You've been given gifts. Guess what? If you don't use them,
Spirit takes them.
well, spirit doesn't take them, but spirit will always be there. But what happens is you form like a scab against that
Ooh.
internal, eternal knowledge.
The calcification of the pineal gland.
Exactly. the more you ignore it and the more you don't honor it, the more you separate yourself from it. But it doesn't matter how far you separate yourself from it, it is going to be there fighting to get you back. That's how important you are to spirit. That's why you have to make spirit that important to you. Put spirit first. See what happens. All right. Everybody says, "Oh man, if I put spirit first, then I'm not going to be able to do this, and I'm not going to be." No, it's not that you're not. You can do whatever the hell you want to, but you won't have a drive to do things that harm. You won't want to harm yourself or other people. You will have such a balance that the things that drive you now, it's going to flip. It's going to flip. You're going to see the wisdom, because a lot of the things that drive us right now, we've been programmed, is all the lower vibrational frequencies. All that dark unconscious. Because we're not even privy to the dark wisdom and what it does to anybody in their psyche and their spirit and their soul, and how destructive it can be for bringing it upon an innocent.
He was put on meds he didn't need.
God.
Strongest antipsychotics there are. If fried his brain, he has no common sense. He's always had someone figure out things for him. I told him I won't be here forever. He needs to learn to think for himself. It's so frustrating. Sometimes I think he is faking it.
Well, those strong psychotic medicines, I don't think he's faking it, because they will make you freaking crazy. I am so against today's psychology and today's spiritual thinking when it comes to, well, psychology. After Jung came along, it got a little bit better, because he was the first one to incorporate the human spirit into psychology, which has a lot to do with the psychological balance. But those medicines will mess up his brain. And is there probably because he was probably psychic or empath and didn't know how to handle it, which is a lot of it. And
See,
those medicines will mess you up.
they're now proving, okay? They are now proving the indigenous peoples, when their children showed signs of what we call schizophrenia, bipolar, CPTSD, etc.
CPTSD
is trauma based. Yeah. But when that happens, they would send their children to the shamans, okay? They would send their children to the shamans, and the shamans would work with them and teach them how to discern between the voices they were hearing, or the shadows that they were seeing, or the visions that they were having, and teach them how to navigate through them in order that the children could become healers, shamans, medicine men, women, etc. If we look at how many people in our society are on psych meds, and we put that into
perspective of how
Yeah,
many gifted people there
yeah,
are,
because
they really want to
they're
stop it.
they're psychologically, they're proving it psychologically. There is a difference in the structure of the brain in shamans, medicine men, spiritual people. That same difference in the brain is in people who are diagnosed as schizophrenic, bipolar, etc., all these mental illnesses that we're all, well, not all of us, but that they are trying to shove down everybody's throats.
It
Okay?
stops that psychic from happening. It stops that connection. Well, fear is not something that we should be living from, Annette. Um,
You have to trust that everything is going to work out exactly as it's meant to. Okay? If you are his caregiver at this point in time, you might be able to get things set up to where he has another caregiver that comes into play as soon as something were to happen to you. Okay? There you need to check out in your state, what you can do for that in order to make sure that, he gets the care that he needs. He may end up in a facility. Okay? I mean, there's different things that can be done, and you might want to check into your options for, you know, for securing his future.
Yes, definitely. Because, well, group home, that might be the best option because some of them, no matter how much we love them, it's beyond our capability. And sometimes by trying to help them, we only end up stopping them from getting the actual help we need because we're not qualified.
Right.
Which is what I
Well,
told Don,
and sometimes in a case with another family member of mine, that person that person actually had to become a ward of the state because they were getting to the point that there was a possibility that they could harm themselves or others, and the family member that was caring for them actually had to have them removed from the home and refused to allow them back in. They were told that if they allowed them to stay there, that if anything did happen, because there was a mental illness involved, they would be held liable for any damages and repercussions that happened. So that family member became a ward of the state.
what's that? Live? Oh. Yeah, guys, I'm afraid before I pulled somebody on live just on a whim the other day, and it ended up being a religious person trying to talk people into a religion that I absolutely cannot stand behind, not even a little bit. Oh my goodness. So I'm afraid you're going to have to contact me some way before I'll accept any kind of extra people on the live.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, TikTok members, but I got to know who the hell you are first. Because the person that got a hold of me certainly didn't like the fact that I read his book 3 times over. And I knew it better than he did. He didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Hey, Francesca. Welcome back, guys. And I can't see what's going on TikTok, but Don's got you. If you guys have anything to say, speak up.
Right now they're just asking for readings.
Huh. I don't think it says anywhere on there about readings, does it?
No. It said coffee talk. It didn't say readings.
Yeah, it didn't say readings. Sorry.
Well, they apologize.
We'll be doing readings later, though.
Yeah, 9:00 tonight,
Yep.
Central Time.
Yeah, on YouTube, though. Just wanted to say hi.
Is that Arlene?
That's Arlene. Hi,
Hey.
sweetheart. Mwah. How are you doing today? We are having a coffee talk, and it's a good one. You need to rewind it.
Right.
What time tonight? 9 p.m. Central. USA.
It's Authentically Alice.
It's Authentically Alice. Yes. Yep. And we can really see the YouTube comments pretty easy because that's the main platform that we stream to.
Yep.
But I'm not even sure if we get anything but Facebook and YouTube comments on the platform. So
we don't.
I'm trying to get TikTok over here going. I've got that because I can't stream to TikTok until we get 1,000 followers. So you guys,
right? Like, share, subscribe.
we're up to almost 700 now. So we're working on it. Not bad for a couple of weeks, huh?
Right.
Woohoo! We love you guys.
And while I've been dealing with the microcosm in the household, Alice has been busting her butt on on YouTube and TikTok and whatnot, trying to get
Oh,
the
wait a minute,
channel out
dear.
there.
I have been dealing with the microcosm and macrocosm as well. Nobody has
I
escaped
didn't
that
say
shit.
I didn't say that you didn't, but while I was mainly dealing with it,
Yeah.
you were back here trying to get things set up.
Yes, thank you, Annette. Thank you, because I am so banned. I tell so much truth. Yeah, I'm. They keep me down on as
Well,
far as the.
all you guys have to do is look at the other TikTok creators and whatnot who are going through the same thing. Alice is not alone in being banned, in not not getting her videos out and whatnot, because there
I
are a
tell them the
lot
truth.
there are a lot of people who are saying the same things,
And
and
when I saw what they've done over the last 3-4 years, oh no, I am not quiet at all about what they're up to, and I am not quiet at all about what I've seen, and they don't like it. So they're trying to shut me up.
you can't shut Alice up.
Nope, can't do
You
it.
can't shut Alice up.
Yeah, well, our main platform is YouTube right now.
Right. TikTok TikTok will be a platform.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok is where our products are being sold.
Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't stop us. It's just an added bonus.
What
Okay,
does
it
it say?
doesn't.
It's Chinese, and that may be. But I know what to expect from them. But Facebook and all of them, they're supposed to have our backs, and they sold us out, and I am not sitting down and shutting up about it.
Do we have crystals?
Yes.
Yes. Most of our crystals are hidden inside things like bath bombs and soaps and
But
whatnot. But yes, there are crystals as well. I don't think
we
that
don't
there
sell
are.
them yet.
I don't think that there are any. Yeah, for
We
sale.
don't sell them yet, but I would like to point you to the Moon Sisters. The Moon Sisters has an online store for crystals. So check them out. Okay? And that's on Facebook and it. And you'll also find them under liked pages under Authentically, Alice. But no, we don't have crystals. That was in the plans.
There's a lot of stuff in the plans.
Because I don't know if you see it, but crystals are definitely in my future because.
Show it on TikTok too.
Okay, do you see that? I carved them. That's a skull.
It's Stony Bonehead.
This is Stony Bonehead. This is my first carving of crystals ever. And I got to cut him off right here. And he's going to go into a staff I'm carving. Moon Sisters, yes, that's the name. But yeah, I mean, crystals are in our future, sister. They've always been part of the plan.
Okay, the Moon Sister with an S. There's two Moon Sisters.
Yes, and they are beautiful people. Beautiful, beautiful people. You hate it. You want religion, you'll go to church. Yep. Well, the only thing I'm going to do is tell you your church is inside you, sister. Find your truth there, because nobody else has it but you.
All right, Annette, we'll see you tonight.
Yes. All right. Anybody got anything to say on TikTok? Somebody said something.
They said, oh, okay, sorry.
All right. So, anyway, do you think we got our 25 minutes now on TikTok to where, the communists will be happy?
Well, you do know, I'm not sure if you do know or not, but the guy who created TikTok was actually taken to court by the United States government, and he had to change the app that we get. He had to change the app that
Well,
the
I would like
Americans
TikTok
get.
to take off some of the fake accounts Because there is 1.5 million Keanu Reeves out there, and y'all know there's only one. And guess what? He's not on social media. None. Every one of those are fakes. Do they take care of them? No.
Yeah, and I followed a fellow psychic, and
Yes.
9 of him followed me back.
Yes. And there's only
So-
one.
Yeah, so that
So y'all be careful out there.
most definitely, and understand this, okay? Understand this, please. Authentically Alice will not go into your DMs soliciting readings, okay?
Absolutely
That will
not,
not
never.
happen. Y'all know how to contact us. We have we have 4 different social media pages. Well, we have 4 different Facebook pages. We have we each have our own individual TikToks, okay? There's there we don't solicit, all right?
Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
But we do sell products.
We do. Some of the most amazing. Look at this. Look at this. It's so cute. Shameless plugs here. Here. This is one of our bath salts. This one's lavender.
Okay, send it over to TikTok too.
This one's a lavender bath salt. All handmade, organic ingredients. And here, this is some of the most amazing soap that Dawn makes right here. And I don't know if you can read those ingredients, but
You can
first
pronounce them
grader.
all.
a first grader can pronounce everything in this. Every freaking thing in this. Your first grader can pronounce. Okay? We have lotions. We have soaps. We have the most amazing bath bombs. Every candle that you see burning in any of our videos, I make. Okay? I not only make them, but I also bless them to where whoever is burning them, that any blockages that they have, for them to realize their divine truth,
Mm-hmm.
that be healed. Whatever mindset that they have that keeps them from their divine truth, that be healed. That's the blessings on the camera or the candles. So, yeah, this is what we do for money. All right. The only reason we're here now is because we love you.
Thank you,
That's it.
Misty. Misty just followed.
Thank you, Misty. Thank you, thank you. We're trying to get to 1,000 so we can get TikTok also on the live platform, so we
Yes.
don't have to do this type of view.
Yeah.
Or I can set up my other computer right next to that one
Either one.
and just use that as a camera, or one of my other phones as a camera. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. I think we're gonna end it here. Are you?
Yeah.
Let's
Look,
go
guys.
ahead and do an energy of the day. What do you say?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kinda
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. Just because I've been shuffling my cards, and as they fall out, I set them off to the side. We've got the 6 of fire, the Knight of air, the world, the star, and justice.
6 of fire, knight, Ooh,
Yeah.
that's about ego healing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
What
this
did-
is new.
What did we get? What did we get? Ooh, Mount Shasta.
And we
Where's
were
the book?
just
Where's the
talking-
book? Where's
we
the
were-
book?
We were just talking about mountains too.
Yes.
Were we not?
Where's the book? Where's the book?
Oh, it's coming.
Where's the book? Where's the book?
Jeez, pages.
37.
See what I gotta put up with. It's okay. I actually got the better end of the deal because she's got to put up with me, and sometimes I am more than a handful,
Okay.
or even 2 or 3.
So, all right, guys. Mount Shasta. All right. TikTok. There you go. Yeah. Do it to TikTok and then do it to.
Yeah, I
All
got 'em
right.
both.
So, This is from the Beyond Lemuria guidebook, okay? Your origins,
Thank you, Ileana.
the seeds that make you what and who you are, star beings, sacred power places, unexplained mystical phenomena, intuitive messages and downloads, dreams and visions. Okay. Aware that their entire continent would be destroyed, the Lemurians traveled to other parts of the globe. Mount Shasta has a profound connection with the Lemurian people, as it was one place they journeyed. There are many tales of multidimensional beings living inside the mountain and sightings of all kinds of unusual phenomena here. When I received the intuitive message that I would be writing and delving more deeply into the emerging theme of these cards, I had a strong vision to visit this mountain and channel a painting on it. After a range of synchronicities, I found myself there. The ambience of this magical place cannot be denied, and the image you see on this card is what came through. Mount Shasta also seems to have a connection to star beings and portals to multiple worlds in parallel realities. On arrival at Mount Shasta town, I was involved in a Pleiadian channeling circle where I had a vision of the stars communicating with the mountain through light code, and interconnected glowing grid lines lay over the entire earth. I have experienced these luminescent grid lines before. I have been told I can put my hand into them and connect my healing light with all the other lights doing their work across the planet. During my time at Mount Shasta, I came to understand there have been many UFO sightings there, and I realized how connected the Lemurians were to star beings. Further research revealed several accounts of Lemurians being mixed origins from throughout the universe. This place holds many stories, and I had my insights, but it felt right to keep the imagery of this card simple. So I felt as if what was depicted spoke beyond the mind. I was quite perplexed at what the meaning of this card would be. I knew Mount Shasta would be an important card in the deck, but I didn't realize how significant it would be until the following was revealed. I planned to include symbols on the 10 chakra cards that would activate the chakras, but I wasn't sure how. The creation of these cards has been a profound unfolding, and when I sought guidance, I received a message that the chakra activation codes were in this Mount Shasta painting. There was a symbol for each of the chakras, and you can find them on the bottom left-hand side of the chakra cards. This image is the seed crystal that this whole deck is based around. This card is about origins. It is time to honor and look more deeply into your ancestry, both your bloodline and your etheric lineage. Do you have an affinity with any star beings?
Yes.
Connecting with them might allow you greater insight into your traits, your strengths, and your challenges. Perhaps you have a Lemurian connection. This card may also be encouraging you to visit sacred places you feel attracted to. They may have an intuitive message for you.
Now,
Talk about deep.
I'd like to talk about that deep just for a second. You know, your lineage also has an atomic memory, and you have over 3 billion atoms in your body that are little pieces of energy. And we all know the first law of energy is that once it's created, it cannot be uncreated. It only changes. So that means that every atom that was ever created, that will ever was, is, or will be, was all created at the same time in eternity. Okay, the truth is that there's no beginning and there's no end. All right, that's eternity. So this energy has always been. Every single atom in your body has an atomic memory of everything that it's been. Just one atom. So think about it. In all of eternity, how many things do you think that atom could have been that it has a memory of? And you have how many trillions of them little buggers in your body? So tell me what you know and what you think you don't. Because I guarantee you, there's not much you don't. Honestly. Because we all been a part of something.
And also understand that your DNA holds 7 generations
Of memories.
Just
Just in the DNA.
Yes.
But that's familial. And I actually wrote a poem about that 7 years of trauma crap. And I called it Past No More. It's basically about evil and what we allowed to pass us on because we don't stand in our power and take care of it.
Whit, I am so sorry that you're going through things with your daughter. At 17, I don't know about you, but at 17, I knew everything, and nobody could tell me any different. I also was pregnant at 17
Yeah, I
and
never knew that.
married at 17, okay? Some of the biggest mistakes and lessons that I had to go through happened when I was 17.
Yeah, but would you change it? If you could, what would you do differently? If
I
you
don't
could take
know.
something from today and give it to that 17-year-old, would it be belief in yourself? Would it be self-confidence? What
If
what little gift would you that you
what
think
would I give
change
myself?
that 17-year-old?
I
Because
I
somebody needs to hear this.
right. I think I would give myself the self-confidence and the understanding that things do get better. They don't always have to get worse before they get better. It's the decisions that we make without thinking things through that cause some of the things that we have to go through.
Oh, are you saying being guided by our egos gets us in trouble?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes, yeah. But yeah, I mean, think about it that way. I mean, that's one of the things I did as a parent when I was trying to work with my kids is, you know, I had 8 older brothers and sisters, and I only talked to one of them. So if you see the name Burbaugh, before you guys believe anything those narcissists say, talk to me first, okay? Because some of them are just full of it. Um, like most of my older brothers. Like I said, there's only one I talk to. And there's only 2 of us that graduated, me and the one I'll talk to. So, anyway.
What are those cards for? These cards? These are tarot cards. We're doing a coffee talk today, right now, though, so
Usually
we're
we
not
read
doing
tarot.
readings. We do readings on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 p.m. on YouTube. We stream it to Facebook, Twitch. There's a couple of different places,
Yes.
and we're trying to get enough hours so that we can get it streamed live to TikTok as well. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, we're not pulling anybody on live until I know you.
And yes, Brentney, some people are going to be real shocked when they die.
I just
You
saw
know,
somebody do something.
I'll tell you what, we come into this world. You know, I
We
have
come in
this
this-
whole.
We
Go ahead.
come into this world fully packed by spirit, is what we do.
I have this whole image in my head of me sitting there, you know, watching all of the fuckery going on down here on Earth, and me being like, I could fix that. Send me in. Come on, send me in. I can do it. Well, you got a sign right here. Okay, but wait, I can take care of this too. They just don't understand. They just need it explained. I can explain it. Well, you got to sign here, and I'm signing all these freaking soul contracts and shit. And then I get down here, and everything that I knew in the ether, yeah, that fucking fine print, man. That fine print in that contract.
That you don't get to see when you're here or the contract at all. You just got to figure it out. Fine.
Yeah.
I still say Jesus
Me
got
and-
me drunk to agree to this bullshit.
Me and Spirit's gonna have a nice long talk when I get back.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
here,
and
let me end
Spirit's
this.
gonna have Me and Spirit's gonna have a nice long talk when I get back.
Oh,
That's all
me
I
and
can
Spirit
say.
have a nice long talk now.
Oh yeah. Well,
So
it's all one-sided right now. It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
it's not
gonna
one.
be, it's gonna be different.
All right, guys.
Whew.
We're gonna stop here, and we will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day.
Be blessed.
Blessed be.
Namaste.
Okay, how do I end this thing?
I don't know.
Hey. We did our